A major drawback to using the command line is that we must continually glance back and forth between our drawing area and the bottom of our screen. This problem can easily be solved by activating our heads-up display. I'm going to take and open a drawing. Let me come up to my open icon and click. And inside the exercise files folder under chapter 3, we're going to open up drawing number 4, activating the heads-up display. So I will highlight that drawing and click open to bring them up on screen. Now in this session, we're going to learn how to use our heads-up display. I can turn my heads-up display on by coming down and clicking on my DYN button. This guy stands for dynamic input. So let me click on the toggle. We'll turn him on. Now I don't immediately see a difference. Let's launch the line command. I'm going to come over and click my line icon. And as I move into model space, notice I've got some extra information at my cursor. If we compare the information at the cursor to the command line, we can easily see that now AutoCAD is speaking to us from the cursor. When my heads-up display is on, I don't have to look up and down from the command line to the drafting board as I work, because AutoCAD is going to speak to me from the cursor. Let me start my line. I'm going to pick a point on my screen, and as I pull away, once again I get my rubber band effect, but since my heads-up display is on, I have some additional functionality. Notice I have two fields. One represents the length of my line segment, the other one represents the angle. If I want to jump from one field to the other, I can hit my Tab key. Notice if I hit Tab, I just jump to the angle measurement. If I hit Tab again, I jump back to length. Let's create a line segment that is 15 units long. I'm going to type in 15. Now don't hit enter. If you hit enter, you're going to do the same thing as direct distance entry. Instead, type 15 and hit your Tab key to jump to the angle. Notice as I move my cursor, I am rotating a 15 unit long line, and there happens to be a padlock on the length right now, and AutoCAD is waiting for me to specify angle. So let's say I wanted to draw this with an angle of 45 degrees. I'll type 45 and I'll hit enter. I just created a line segment 15 units long at a 45 degree angle. Now I'm going to cancel out of the command. Let me hit escape. If we hit escape, we can cancel out of any AutoCAD command. All right, using the heads-up display, let's try and create a 25 by 25 unit square. I'm going to come over and launch my line command. Then I'm going to pick a point on screen. And let's start by typing in a length of line. That would be 25. So let me type in 25 and hit Tab. Now my angle, what angle am I going to use? If you look at the compass that I created in the lower right-hand corner, we can see how AutoCAD measures the angles. Angles in AutoCAD are just like directions, just like north, south, east, and west. So if I draw a line to the 0 angle, I'm going to be drawing it to the east. Let me type in 0 for my angle and hit enter. Now I'd like to come down. So I'm going to type in 25 for my length, hit Tab to jump to my angle field, and I'm going to type in 90 for my angle. Notice the angle is being measured from the 0 degree line. So as long as I'm pulling down and I type in 90, I'm getting a 90 degree angle coming straight down. Let's move to the west. I'm going to type in my length. We'll type in 25 and we'll hit Tab. Now the angle, sometimes students will think, well, this is another 90 degree angle because they're comparing it to the line we're coming from. That's not the case. Remember, angles in AutoCAD are directions. So if I'm heading west, it's always going to be 180 degrees. Let me type in 180 and hit enter. And then we can finish this guy up. I'm going to show good form. I'm not going to use the close command. We're going to tough this one out. I'm going to type in 25 for a length. I'll hit Tab, and my angle once again is going to be 90. So I will type in 90 and hit enter. Now that the command is finished, I can right-click and select enter. The heads-up display can be a very helpful tool to use when we're drafting. Not only does it give additional control over the creation of our lines, it also allows AutoCAD to speak to us from our cursor.